Hi dear students, welcome to our next class. In last class you learned about the animals with backbone and without backbone. What we call these animals, how to identify them and few examples you learned. In today's class you are going to read more about the animals with backbone. What we call the animals with backbone? Animals which have backbone are known as vertebrates. So you are knowing more about vertebrates in today's class. We'll know more about vertebrates in today's class. Before knowing that, we'll see the keywords in this lesson. The first one is trunk. Trunk meaning the main body part of human or animal body. In animal body or in the human, the main important part is trunk. Okay. And then vertebrates. You know the vertebrate meaning. In before class also you learned animals with backbones known as vertebrates. And the next word is internal skeleton. Yesterday also you learnt this word. Internal skeleton means structure of bones located inside the body. You have seen the pictures how the bony structure, the bones join together to form a framework called as skeleton. So most of the vertebrates have internal skeleton. So these are the new words you are learning in today's class, children. Now we will do one small fun activity. You need your notebook, pencil and textbook. Keep it ready. Now make a tableau column in your classwork on white page. What I am showing, what pictures I am going to show here, how these animals are similar and how they are different from each other, you are going to write in your tableau column. Are you all ready to do the activity? Yes. Now in the activity, you just mention which animal you are able to see in this picture. So the first picture is fish. So in your tableau column, write fish. And the next, which animal you are able to see, do this activity in your classwork, children. And the next animal you are able to see in the picture, that is lizard. And the next one is frog. And the next one is parrot. And the next animal you are seeing, dog. So write all these animals' name in your notebook. Now try to find out how they are similar. First find out their similarities. Similarities means the features which they have same features what they are having. Look at the picture of each animal and try to find out is there any similar character for these animals. Observe carefully. For example, when we come to the frog, its body is divided into three main parts as shown in the picture. How many main parts? Three main parts are there. Now we'll try to label them. The first one is head and the next one is legs, trunk, and does it have tail? No. When you come to parrot or the birds group, parrot belongs to birds group. It's representing whole birds family. So you can see this picture and how many body parts, important body parts, how the body parts are divided you can see. As it is, it has head, trunk and the tail. So its body is divided into three main parts, head, trunk and tail. And you see the dog. Even dog's body also divided into head, trunk and tail. Even fish body is also divided into head, trunk, tail. Even lizard body, head, trunk and tail. So most of the animal body is divided into three main body parts. Three parts they are divided. One is head, trunk and the tail. So most of the animals' body is divided into these three parts. Okay, except frog, everywhere you are able to see these three main parts. So these are the similarities you can find in these animals. So note down this, whatever you observed in these pictures, please note down in your activity column. Is it completed? Now we'll find out the differences among these animals. What differences you are able to find out these animals, we will see. Are you finding any differences between them? Look at here how this body is covered. Fish body is covered with scales. So what they are using for movement, how fishes move in water by using their fins. They'll use their fins for movement in water. Now next come to which animal is it? It's lizard. So lizard's body is also covered by scales. And what does the lizard use for the movement? It's using the legs for moving. And when we come to the frog, even frog body is covered with scales? No, not like fish, not like lizard. This frog's body is covered with moist skin. Moist skin. Frog body is covered with moist skin. And frogs are also using their legs how lizard is using for movement. That is the similar character in lizard and frog. Now you find out about the dog. Is any part similar with the other animals? Yes, of course. The legs are common for frogs and the lizards. Even dogs are also using the legs for walking, for movement. And their body is covered with fur. Dog's body covered with fur. Frog's body covered with moist skin. Lizards and fish's body covered with scales. Dry scales they have on their body. And next comes to parrot. Parrot's body is covered with feathers. Parrot's body is covered with feathers. And any similarity between other pictures and the parrot picture? They are also using their legs for movement. And at the same time, they can also use their wings for flying. They are using wings for flying. They are using legs for walking. So by this, there are different futures, different adaptations they have according to the surroundings where they are living. Isn't it? Now, after completing your activity, what differences you found among these animals and what similarities you found, you listed in your notebook. Right? Now we will see the video to understand more about these animals. And before that, the tabular column, if you did not do in your notebook, you can do in this way. The first animal is fish. So now this is the body divided into three main regions. Yes, fish body is divided into three different parts. What is the body covered by? Fish body is covered by scales. How do they move? By using their fins. So in this way, this tabular column should be in your notebook as activity, children. So write this by seeing the picture, what image I showed. Based on that, make this tabular column in your notebook, children. And next, to understand more about these animals, you watch this video.
Animals that have backbones are called vertebrates. Vertebrates are classified into mammals, birds, fish, amphibians, and reptiles. The bodies of most vertebrates are divided into three main regions. They have different body coverings and different body parts for movement.
Understood? So once again, we'll try to understand what has given in this
Animals that
video.
have backbones
Animals
are called
are
vertebrates.
further divided
Vertebrates are
into
classified
different
into
groups.
mammals, birds.
So vertebrates, till now you learnt that the animals which have backbone known as vertebrates. So based on their backbone, again the vertebrates are further divided into subgroups. They are mammals which give birth to the babies, which give milk to their babies, known as mammals. So we are also coming under mammal group. And the animals which can fly, those all comes under birds group, and which are living in the water and moving with fins, they all coming under fishes group. And this frog is amphibian group. Amphibian means which can live both on land and water. It can live on land and it can also live in water. So fishes can live only in the water, and birds can move in the air and can also walk on land. Mammals, most of the mammals are terrestrial, living on the land. And the next group is lizard. Lizard belongs to reptile group. So mammals, birds, fishes, amphibians and the reptiles. The vertebrates are further divided into mammals, birds, fishes, and fourth group is amphibians. Amphibians, example of amphibians, frog. And the next one is reptiles. Reptiles example, lizard. So vertebrates are further divided into fishes, amphibians, reptiles, birds and mammals. So the first group is fishes which lives in water, and the next one is amphibian which can live both on water and in water and on land. Example, frog. And the next one, reptiles which have dry scale on the body, and the next group is birds and mammals. So the developed animals are mammals because their brain and their heart are well developed, right?
Birds, fish, amphibians, and reptiles. The bodies of most vertebrates are divided
So
into...
this we have already discussed. The most of the bird's body is divided into three main parts: head, trunk and limbs. Now you see what features do the animals in the pictures have in common. What they are having in common? They all are having internal skeleton and a backbone. So, and their body is divided into three main regions: head, trunk and tail. You had seen all this in your activity, right? All the animals have body coverings, body parts that help them to move. All are having body coverings. Some have fur, some have scales, some have moist skin. You had seen just now. So they are having body coverings. So based on your observation of the picture which shown in the activity column, you made this tableau column as activity in your notebook, children. Now we will discuss based on your activity. If the animals represent different subgroups of vertebrates, what feature do the subgroups have in common? So there are different subgroups in animals, there are invertebrates, but they all are having one common feature, that their body is divided into three main parts. Those are head, trunk and tail. and they are having body coverings such as scales, feathers, fur, and hair. Right? So the vertebrates are further divided into fishes, amphibians like frogs, reptiles like lizard, birds like birds, any bird, and mammals like dog, cat, and all. So among all this, which group is the most advanced among the vertebrates and why? You know very well. Just now I told you mammals are most developed and advanced animals because they are having well developed organ systems, separate organs for digestion, for respiration, for transportation. They are having different well developed organs, and their brain and heart are also well developed. That's why mammals are considered as advanced animals, right? Now you can answer your worksheet by your own children. Just we will see what questions are given in the worksheet. So the help box is given here, and circle the animals that have a tail and a trunk. You see each animal and which animal have the tail and trunk. Circle all those. Just one I'll give you hint. Do the frog have tail, head and trunk? So the frog doesn't have any tail. Only in earlier stages it has tail, but later it doesn't have. Circle the animals that have a tail. So you need not to circle the frog. Then goldfish, yes it has. Like that you circle which have tail. Okay? And now look at the internal skeletons of a fish and a dog. So this is the fish internal skeleton and this is the dog's internal skeleton. Now you have to observe these two and answer based on these skeletons. Why are these animals considered vertebrates? Why we are telling them as vertebrates? The main reason they are having backbone and also internal skeleton. I gave just a clue for you. You write your own answer here, children. They are having backbone and they also have a hard internal skeleton. That's why we are considering them as vertebrates. Write two features that they have in common and one feature that is different. So what two features they have common? As we discussed just now, they have a backbone and they are having internal skeleton. Internal skeleton they have. These are the two common features they are having. I am just giving short answer to you. You elaborate and write your own, children. And then what difference they are having? Any difference? Yes, the fish body is covered with scales, and whereas dog's body covered with fur or hair. So this is the difference between the dog and fish. Which animal is more developed, a horse or an earthworm? Give one reason for your answer. You know very well mammals are very well developed. So in these two animals, horse and earthworm, which one is a mammal? Horse is a mammal because it's giving birth to the babies. So horse is very well developed animal because it has all organ systems. Brain and heart of the horse is well developed than the earthworm. That's why the horse is very developed animal. That you can write in your own words. Just I gave you clue to you, children. Now we will see what are the practice questions given in this worksheet. What practice questions given? You can see in your textbook 4.5.4 and answer these questions in textbook, children. Circle the names of animals with backbones. Which animals have backbone? You underline them. Do crocodile have backbone? Yes, of course. You circle that. Like that you find out which animals are having backbones. Now write two features that fish and amphibians have in common. Fishes and amphibians, example frog, both are having which characters are same for both of them? You write in your own words in your notebook. As usual, they both are having backbone. This is the common feature in amphibian and in fishes. Anna saw a monkey hanging from a tree and then walking on land. To which group vertebrates does the monkey belong? Give one reason for your answer. You know that you are seeing monkeys along with their babies. So who give birth to the babies? Who gives milk to their babies? They all comes under mammal group. So monkey also coming under mammals group. So second one and third one, write it in your notebook, children, and send me the pics of your workbook and the practice questions. Thank you.